Hey everyone, and welcome back. I want to start with a number that might surprise you. Today, the world's data centers, the giant warehouses of computers powering the internet and our digital lives, use about 1% of all global electricity. That's a lot. But here's the kicker. By 2030, just 6 years from now, experts project that AI and data centers alone could consume 10 times that amount. We're talking about a tenth of the entire world's electricity just to run our digital brains. Now think about that as you charge your electric car and scroll through your phone. It's a reality we're not ready for. We're on the brink of an energy crisis, but it's not the one you might think. We're not running out of energy. We're just seeing demand spike at a rate our infrastructure can't handle. It's a perfect storm of new technologies and global growth. Let's break it down. First, AI. Every time you use an AI tool, it requires massive computing power, and that power needs electricity. A single query to a generative AI model can use as much power as a small light bulb running for a day. Multiply that by billions of users, and you can see the problem. It's a new, invisible layer of demand, growing faster than we can track. What surprised me most is how invisible this demand really is. We don't feel it directly, but it's building behind the scenes every time we interact with these tools. Then there's the electric vehicle revolution. By 2030, it's estimated that 30 to 40% of new cars sold globally will be electric. That's great for the climate, but what happens when millions of people plug their cars in at the same time after work? Our local power grids were not designed for that kind of stress. It's the equivalent of everyone on your street turning on their air conditioning at max power at the exact same moment. I find it fascinating because while electric vehicles solve one problem, emissions, they create a whole new challenge for infrastructure. And we can't forget crypto mining. The energy required to mine Bitcoin already uses as much power as an entire country, like Argentina. While crypto's energy use fluctuates, it's a constant, unpredictable drain on the grid. On top of all this, global energy use is projected to rise by another 25 to 35% by 2030, driven by the rapid development of emerging economies. So the demand for energy is going up, up, and up, and it's being supercharged by a few key technologies. So with this incredible demand, we must be pouring money into new energy sources, right? Well, here's the paradox. For years as the world pushed for renewables, investment in new fossil fuel exploration and infrastructure slowed down. The result? A looming supply crunch. Oil and gas wells have a limited lifespan, and without new ones, supply is going to tighten, which means prices will go up. And the global energy market is anything but stable. Recent geopolitical tensions, like the conflict in Ukraine or rising tensions in the Middle East and the South China Sea, have turned energy into a weapon, leading to wild price swings. The energy we rely on today is tied to global politics, and that makes it fragile. But this isn't just a fossil fuel problem. Even the renewable revolution has its own vulnerabilities. Think about solar panels and batteries. They require a specific set of materials called rare earth minerals, and over 70% of the world's processing of these minerals is controlled by one country, China. This creates a massive bottleneck and a single point of failure for our green future. And honestly, this part worries me the most, because it shows how dependent the world is on just a handful of players for critical resources. So whether it's old energy or new energy, our supply chains are surprisingly fragile. This brings us to the core of the problem, the renewable paradox. On one hand, we've got to move away from fossil fuels. To have any chance of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, we need to cut emissions by 45% by 2030. That's a massive, urgent goal. And renewable energy, solar and wind, seems like the perfect solution. They're clean, getting cheaper, and abundant. But here's the problem. Solar panels only work when the sun is shining, and wind turbines only work when the wind is blowing. This is what we call intermittency. When the sun goes down or the wind stops, the lights can go out. The obvious answer is batteries and energy storage, but we're not there yet. The scale of storage needed to power entire cities and countries for days at a time is simply massive, and the technology and infrastructure to support it just don't exist at a grid scale level yet. And our electrical grid is a relic of the past. Much of it was built over a century ago to handle a one-way flow of power from a big central power plant to your home. It's not designed to handle a two-way street of electricity coming from millions of rooftop solar panels and thousands of new wind farms. This outdated infrastructure is a major choke point, making it incredibly hard to integrate all this new clean energy. When I first looked into this, it shocked me how outdated our grids really are, almost like trying to run modern apps on a 20-year-old computer. So, is all this bad news? Not at all. This crisis isn't just a threat, it's an opportunity, and the solutions are already starting to take shape. First, there's the long shot: fusion energy. For decades, it was a futuristic dream, but recent breakthroughs are making it a real possibility. A commercial fusion power plant could be a game changer, providing unlimited clean energy. While it's probably more of a 2040 solution, the research happening today is critical. A more near-term solution is small modular nuclear reactors, or SMRS. These are smaller, safer nuclear plants that can be built in a factory and shipped to a site. They offer a reliable zero-carbon power source that doesn't depend on the weather. For a lot of experts, this is the missing piece of the puzzle to bridge us from fossil fuels to a fully renewable grid. On the battery front, a technology called solid-state batteries could revolutionize everything. They're safer, charge faster, and hold more energy than current lithium-ion batteries. This could make electric cars more affordable and solve some of our grid storage problems. But some of the most powerful solutions are right in front of us. Smart grids powered by AI can balance energy supply and demand in real time, shifting power from where it's abundant to where it's needed. Simple things like your smart thermostat automatically adjusting to grid demand can make a huge difference. This part excites me the most because it shows how even small changes, multiplied across millions of households, can reshape our entire energy future. And what about us? Our individual choices matter. Installing rooftop solar panels, upgrading to energy-efficient appliances, and even making small changes to how we use power can collectively move the needle. The energy crisis of 2030 isn't about running out of fuel. It's about a rapidly changing world and a system struggling to keep up. It's about AI, electric vehicles, and the paradox of building a new energy world on an old foundation. The future of our energy and our climate depends on the choices we make today, from policy decisions to the technologies we invest in, and even the power we use in our own homes. So, what do you think is the biggest challenge to our energy future? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.